Hi, Algebra 2. In this video, we'll be going over an example of how to factor when we've got difference of cubes. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is very similarly when we've got difference of squares, we want to identify what a cubed is and what b cubed is so that we can figure out what our a and b are. So if I'm looking at this first term right here, that's going to be my a cubed. So a cubed is going to be 27x to the ninth. Now, to figure out what a is going to be, I need to take the cube root of that entire expression. Looking at 27, I know that the cube root of 27 is going to be 3. And then when I look at my x to the ninth, I need to ask myself, okay, what do I need to raise to a power of 3 to get x to the ninth right there? And so that answer is going to be 3. So let's quickly double check our work just like we did in the other video. So if I've got 3x cubed and I raise that to a power of 3, I should get 27x to the ninth. So let's see. 3 times 3 times 3 does give me 27. And then I've got x to the third to the third. So when I've got a power to a power, I multiply those exponents. So 3 times 3, that gives me 9. So I have x to the ninth. And that's how I know that I've correctly identified what my a is. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do b. So b cubed, or the term that's in place of b cubed, is 343 y to the sixth. Now, 343 is not a number when I take the cube root of that I know off the top of my head like I do with 27. So one thing I can do is guess and check, but the other thing I can do is use my graphing calculator, and I'm going to show you guys how to find the cube root of a number using your graphing calculator. So we're going to press the math button. And then we're going to scroll down to the fourth option because if you see the fourth option has that 3 right there and the square root. That means we're going to take the cube root. The next thing I want to do is plug in the number 343, hit enter, and the answer is 7. So the cube root of 343 is going to be 7. So, and then to figure out what the cube root of y to the 6 is, well, y to what power cubed will give me y to the sixth, and the answer to that is y squared. So again, let's quickly just double check our answer. So I have y, or 7y squared to the third power. So really what that is saying is I've got 7y squared times 7y squared times 7y squared, right? Because exponents is repeated multiplication. 7 times 7 times 7, that's going to give me 343. And then I've got y, and then I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies of y. So I do end up with 343 y to the sixth. Okay, so I've correctly identified my a and b. So the next thing I'm going to do is substitute 3x to the third wherever I see an a. And I'm going to substitute 7y squared wherever I see a b. So what that's going to look like is 3x cubed minus 7y squared. And then I'm going to open up another set of parentheses. I've got 3x cubed, but I need to bring down that squared right here. Okay. Plus, write down, the next is AB, so 3x to the third, and then write B right next to it. So 7y squared plus, let me zoom out so that I've got some room, and then b squared. So that b squared is going to be 7y squared, but I also have to raise that to a power of 2 because at the end there, I've got a power of 2. Okay, the next thing I want to do is simplify. So when I look at this first quantity, there is nothing I can simplify. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring that down. So 3x cubed minus 7y squared. That stays as it is. The next thing I'm going to do is simplify that first term. So 3x cubed to the power of 2. Well, 3 squared is 9. And then 3 to the third to the power of 2. Remember, power to a power, we multiply. So that's going to give me x to the sixth. Plus, now to simplify this middle term here, I can multiply the 3 and the 7. So 3 times 7 is going to give me 21. And then I can just write down the rest of my variables. So x cubed, y squared. Let's make that 3 look more like a 3. There we go. Okay, and then in the last term, plus I have 7y squared to the power of 2. I forgot to put another parentheses at the end here. So 7 squared is going to give me 49, and then y squared is going to give me y to the 4th. So I've gone ahead and I've factored that expression. So this is my final answer. Go ahead and try the next one on your own.